We welcome you inside the Poca High School Gymnasium and the Allen Osborne Court here in Poca as Video Productions proudly presents West Virginia High School boys basketball action featuring the Dots of Poca High School. This evening, the Dots of head coach Allen Osborne take on the visiting Pioneers of Wayne High School, guided by head coach Sam Kokenauer. Poca coming in at 5-1. Wayne is 0-6 on the season. Greetings from Poca here in Putnam County. Been a big week for the Dots with a couple of quality wins, defeating Shady Springs 69-58 on Tuesday at the shootout in the Big House event in Institute on the campus of West Virginia State University. And last night, the Dots on the road knocked off Clarksburg Notre Dame 65-60, along with our great Video Productions crew, Brian Shepard and Will Whaley. I'm Mark Martin, delighted to have you along for this Saturday evening Cardinal Conference Showdown. Poca with victories over Chapmanville Regional, Logan, Sissonville, Shady Spring, and then loss against Nitro. Pioneers fell to the Wildcats 76-48. Players to watch in this one, well, when you talk about Poca, you talk about University of Virginia commit Isaac McNeely, just a junior, and comes in here averaging 21.5 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, dishing out 4 assists a game, and coming up with 1.7 steals a contest. Wayne's leader is Brian Sampson. He's a senior, and he averages 20 a game. We'll come back and talk further about this one between Wayne and Poca here on Video Productions.
Going.
It's war on the roads. Bumps, scrapes, and ouch, wrecks.
That's gotta hurt.
What about car insurance?
Lots of promises and very little payout.
The insurance company just wants to save money. You should get paid when you're injured.
Including your pain and suffering.
And we win for you, or you pay us nothing.
What do you think, gang? Yeah!
Call Farmer Klein and Campbell.
Because around here,
you matter.
Farmer Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
Last year, impaired drivers were the cause of 32% of all fatal crashes in West Virginia. On average, there are 9,000 drivers arrested each year for driving under the influence of alcohol and other drugs. Law enforcement wants to ensure drivers are making the right decision before they get behind the wheel. So if you have a friend or loved one that is too impaired to drive, take their keys, call a cab, or find them a safe ride home. In West Virginia and surrounding states, officers want to remind you to drive sober or get pulled over.
Ask anyone addicted to opioids. It leads only to pain, sickness, and tragic loss.
The worst part of being an addict is being sick. You can't even explain it. That's how bad it is.
I OD'd 3 times while I was 15 years old. That third time, my heart stopped 3 different times.
They destroyed everything I had. It took everything I had and everything I had away.
I could not hold a job. I didn't have friends. You know, I lost everything and everyone I had.
If you're at that point, medication-assisted treatment and counseling from an accredited program like OVP Health can often help you find hope and to regain what was lost.
There's hope, yeah. Thank God. If it wasn't for programs like this, what would we do?
I don't know where I'd be. I probably wouldn't be sitting here. I don't know if I'd be alive.
My life is coming back, basically. My life is coming back, slowly but surely.
There is so much hope out there, and this place really can change somebody's life.
To find an OVP Health location near you, visit us at ovphealth.com.
Well, teams have returned to the floor. We're just about set for basketball action here inside the Poca High Gymnasium on the Allen Osborne Court as Wayne and Poca get together. Wayne looking for that first win of the season in game number 7 for the Pioneers. Meanwhile, for Poca, they will gun for win number 6 of the campaign. So Poca, again, coming off a big win last night over Clarksburg Notre Dame and earlier in the week against Shady Spring. This Wayne team dressing just 8 players here today, and head coach Sam Kokenauer said, you know, we're going to have to get in that 2-3 zone, stay in it, to be disciplined, to be this very good basketball team. But even though they're missing some guys, he said, hey, our kids want to play, and we look forward to the challenge. Alan Osborne is in his 41st season as Poca's head coach, graduate of Old Raynell High School in Greenbrier County and Morris Harvey. He has 672 wins coming in, 2 state titles, the latest 2015 when he had that undefeated season of 27-0. Sam Kokenauer in his 10th season as the head coach at Wayne. He's been teaching in Wayne County for 42 years and has coached every year in some capacity. He's a graduate of Old Cerrito Canova High School and Marshall University. The officials, Mark Akers, Tommy Riggin, Kenny Sams, 3 good ones. Poca will be in the white uniforms, the red numbers, and Wayne will come out in the black attire with the red lettering and numbers and the white trim. It will be Wayne with the basketball first, and they'll start it out with Brian Sampson, Brandon Dotson, Daniel Bryant, Dylan May, and also Brandon Eves. So a steal by Poca. Down the floor goes Ethan Payne. And Payne, the outstanding football player, going to play at Marshall University, and he has the first bucket of the game, and of course joined in the lineup by his brother Toby. Shot no good, and the rebound by Jackson Toney. So Jackson Toney, Campbell Meeks, Isaac McNeely, the Payne brothers in the starting lineup, and here is McNeely from outside, can't get it to go. Payne gets the rebound, and the shot on its way, and good. Rifling it in is Jackson Toney, who came in averaging 11.2 a game. So a 3-pointer and a 5-0 Poca lead here early on. Driving, and the ball swatted away. Another look at the 3-pointer by Toney. Looking to send it in is Brian Sampson. Ball batted away and taken away by Payne. Ethan Payne will drive, and he will score. So Poca out to a quick 7-0 lead, and Ethan Payne, he has 4 of Poca's 7 points here. Daniel Bryant now with it. Gets it into the corner to Brandon Dotson. Dotson guarded there closely by Toney. Now back outside. Brian Sampson. Sampson coming in, averaging about 20 a game. And Wayne looking for that first bucket of the contest. Poca definitely has a size advantage here. Again, you've got a Division I college basketball recruit and 2 Division I football players in the Payne brothers. Toby Payne's been offered by some schools already. He's a junior. And both he and Ethan, though they're playing basketball, they look like they have spent a lot of time in the weight room. So Wayne turns it over. Poca has the basketball, and here is Toney rifling up a 3, wouldn't go. And Toby Payne had the basketball, but taken away by Wayne. Wayne will have it, and walking it across the timeline for the Pioneers of head coach Sam Kokenauer is Dylan May. May's a sophomore. Now here's Bryant. Turnaround shot that short. Campbell Meeks comes away with it. Down the floor is Toney. Toney puts up the shot and gets it to fall, and there will be a foul to make it a 9-0 game. So the foul is going to go on Braden Eves, a 6'5 sophomore. He'll be hit with the foul, team foul number 1. So we have a quick 30 here. A 9-0 lead, and another look as Toney drives in and scores with a free throw coming. So Toney has 5 points for the Dots, and Ethan Payne has 4. Mentioned Alan Osborne in his 41st season. Gig Cullifer, Jeremy Dunkley, and Mason Ballard are his assistants. Sam Kokenauer, assisted by Phil Williamson and Matt Wilson. So Tony will be at the free throw line, and he's up and swishes it through. Tony coming in 10 of 11 at the free throw line, so now 11 of 12 on the season. So the three-point play the old-fashioned way, it's a 10-0 dot advantage. Wayne looking for that first bucket of the game as we approach the 5-minute mark. Quick hands there by Ethan Payne. Down the floor, and Ethan Payne can't get it to go. Back the other way quickly. Here comes Wayne with the basketball, and I believe Meeks is going to be whistled for the foul. It's his first team foul, number 1 for the 5-1 Polka Dots, going up against the 0-6 Wayne Pioneers. Brandon Dotson with the basketball. Brings it to Dylan May. May now goes to Hunt. Hunt up with the shot, and he can't get it to go. And out of there with it comes Jackson Tony. Tony running the floor, gets it over to Meeks, and Meeks guns in the three. So 2 3-pointers here for the Dots in this first quarter, and they shoot out to a 13-0 lead. Shot from way out and just could not get it to drop. Looked good for Brian Sampson, but here comes Poca back on the attack, and now Ethan Payne waited his turn, and Payne puts it up and in. Payne with 6 in the game, a 15-0 Poca advantage. Traveling violation going to go against Dylan May. Another look at Meeks. He was wide open, and he can flat out shoot it. Very athletic. Plays with a lot of enthusiasm, according to head coach Alan Osborne. Work it around. Here's Meeks. He'll bounce it down to Toby Payne. And Payne, boy, nice turnaround by Toby Payne. Well, you think about the Payne brothers and you think football, but I'm telling you what, these guys are just athletes, and they can flat out play the game of basketball as well. Toby Payne has shot up to 6'5", 215. So Wayne still in search of that first bucket of the game. Dribbling around out front with it is Dylan May. May will hand it off to Brian Sampson. And again, keep in mind this Wayne team, they are missing several players. So dressing 8 here. McNeely has yet to score. They've got other guys that can do it right now for Poca, and the shot was no good by Tony, and Toby Payne puts it back up and in, and it's a 19-0 lead, and a timeout will be called. We'll break away here. It's Poca in control, 19-0 over Wayne on Video Productions.
30-second timeout called by Wayne.
Out of the timeout, Wayne with the basketball. Pioneers looking for that first basket of the game. So they trail here 19-0. Opening quarter here against the Dots of Poca. Daniel Bryant gets it back out front to Brandon Dotson. And now Brian Sampson with it. Braden Eves has it. Driving is Hunt. He's cut off. Back out it goes to Sampson. Sampson will shoot and hits the front of the rim. Good looking shot there and just would not drop for the Pioneers. On the move is McNeely, and McNeely now on the board to make it a 21-0 game. So 5 players, all starters, have scored here for the Dots in this first quarter of action. And McNeely, the leading scorer, the last 2 dent the scorebook. Working around, ball taken away. Here comes Poca on the attack, laying it up and in will be Tony. Jackson Tony makes it 23-0. Tony has 8 in the game for the Dots. Wayne. Brian Sampson. Sampson gets it over to Eves. Eves now to Hunt. Hunt back to Dotson. Dotson, ball knocked away. Good save there by Dylan May. May gets it into the hands of Sampson. He lost control of it, and here goes McNeely. Well, he breaks loose and shows his leaping ability. McNeely going to get home and watch his future team play in the NCAA later this evening as Virginia takes on the Ohio Bobcats, taken away by Meeks. Meeks the bouncer to Toby Payne, and Payne will score. Toby Payne now has 6. 27-0. Here's a shot that goes up and hits the back of the iron for Brian Sampson. Well, the shots just will not drop, and Poca with a lot of weapons. No good there by Tony. Getting the missed shot is Dylan May. May across the timeline, shot on its way and looked good from our angle for Brandon Dotson, but just would not go through. Isaac McNeely across the timeline. Whips it over to Tony. Tony with it back to McNeely. Long range 3. Won't go. Rebound. Dotson. We played a quarter. A huge deficit is built by the Dots. 27-0. We head to the second quarter here on Video Productions.
Caldwell. For more than 40 years, I and my firm have vindicated the rights of individuals hurt by defective drugs, defective chemicals, and other products. Now I'm teaming with Booth to take on the big drug companies to vindicate the rights of children born with NAS. There are significant legal proceedings that could affect you and your child's legal rights.
If you're the parent or guardian of a child who you believe is born dependent on opioids, you need to act now.
Hey, how's it going?
It's war on the roads. Bumps, scrapes, and ouch, wrecks.
That's gotta hurt.
What about car insurance?
Lots of promises and very little payout.
The insurance company just wants to save money. You should get paid when you're injured.
Including your pain and suffering.
And we win for you, or you pay us nothing.
What do you think, gang? Yeah!
Call Farmer Klein and Campbell.
Because around here,
you matter.
Farmer Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
Well, all 5 starters scored for the Polka Dots in that first quarter, and they have a commanding edge here as we start the second quarter, and the Dots with some new players into the game. Jordan Wolfe wears number 1. Aiden Murphy wears number 24, and also in Joey Tilson, number 34. Campbell Meeks is still in the lineup for Poca, along with Toby Payne, number 5. So Wayne still in search of that first bucket of the game. Pioneers playing hard, and there you go. Bryant scores it for Wayne to make it a 27-2 count. And Bryant, a junior, coming in averaging 5 a game, good inside guy, getting his 3rd start. Eves, by the way, number 34, starting his first game here. In and out for Payne. Ball goes out of bounds, and a great save there by Brian Sampson, but taken away by Campbell Meeks. Meeks right on the line, and now swiped away there by Wayne. Here come the Pioneers, and the shot straight away good. That'll be a 2-pointer for May, and Wayne has scored the last 4 points here. 27-4, a long 2-pointer there for May, but Wayne now get some confidence going here after that rough first quarter of action. Dots working around. Here's Tilson, and Tilson will dribble back out. Goes to Meeks. Meeks on the move, and Meeks in trouble and nearly had it taken away. Meeks with a 3-pointer in that first quarter, and the shot up a 3. If it goes won't drop for Tilson. Ball batted out of there. Meeks comes away with it. Ball loose on the floor and scooped up by Meeks. Make that Murphy scooped it up, dumps it to Meeks, and Meeks has 5 in the game. First bucket of the second quarter for the Dots to make it a 29-4 game. Dylan May. And now from way out, and that one, boy, I tell you what now, Sampson's got a good-looking shot. Had 24 in the game against Logan this season. And, boy, those are just coming up a bit short. Here's Meeks on the baseline, and Meeks will score. So Campbell Meeks now has 7 in the game. It's a 31-4 Dot advantage here. Great to have you with us here on Video Productions for coverage of West Virginia high school boys basketball action. Well, this should be state championship Saturday at the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center. Of course, 2 delays in this season makes it just the second week of the campaign. State tournament won't be until May. Here's Payne, turn around, and boy, Payne so strong, and Payne has 8 in the game. Toby Payne with 8. He and Tony are Poca's leading scorers at the moment. Toby Payne coming in, averaging 6 a game, 4.3 rebounds, 1.7 assists on the season. May getting it down low to Hunt. Ball knocked away. So Ethan Payne will check back in along with Jackson Toney. Toby Payne and Campbell Meeks will check out for the Dots. The trigger is Brian Sampson. Gets it out to Brandon Dotson. A couple of seniors on this Wayne team for head coach Sam Kokenauer. May into the hands of Dotson. Dotson looking. Dotson bouncing it over to Eves. Again, Eves, number 15. Good size, 6'5" sophomore, getting that first start of the season here. Again, Wayne without a lot of its players. Shot on the way, would not drop for Dylan May. Dots offensively now. Tony zipping it over. Tilson will let it fly from the three-point line. Eves gets the missed shot. Down to May. Under 4 minutes to go here in this second quarter, and a travel on Dylan May. So it will go over to the white-clad Polka Dots here on this Saturday evening. Great to have you with us for high school basketball. Shot on its way by Aiden Murphy. No good, and battle underneath. Tilson has it. Tilson getting it into the hands of Wolfe and taken away by Wayne. Here come the Dots. And here is Sampson. He's looking for that first shot. He's got a great-looking shot, just can't get it to fall. Ethan Payne running the floor, the Kennedy Award winner from the 2019 high school football season, the future Thundering Herd football player and one of the all-time great Dot football players, has 10 in the game. 35-4 is our score. Pioneers work it around. This is Hunt with it. Hunt will back out of there. The banners hang proudly here in the Poca High Gymnasium as they compete here on the Allen Osborne court, and a near walk there by May. Eves has it, and now they get it over to Sampson. Sampson, the team's leading scorer, still looking for his first bucket of the game. Brandon Dotson, and the ball lost there by Wayne. Nice pass from Jordan Wolfe to Aiden Murphy. Murphy has his first point of the game. So 6 players have now scored for Poca in this 37-4 contest. Hitting the 2-minute mark here. Sampson out front and smacked away there by Tony. Murphy to Tony. Tony wants to drive, and Tony, the lefty, can't get it to go. Ball goes back up, and a foul will be called. Well, you talk about those who really follow the game of basketball, and they talk about left-handers, and left-handers just look good shooting the ball, and that is certainly the case for Tony. So Tony hits the free throw. Tony with the second, so Tony is 3 for 3 at the free throw line. He has 10 points in the game. It's a 39-4 dot lead, and we've got a travel called. So the lineup on the floor at the moment for the Dots. Isaac McNeely's checked back in. They have Ethan Payne, Jackson Toney, Jordan Wolfe, and Joey Tilson. Again, this Wayne team down a bunch of players as McNeely rifles in the three. McNeely has 7 in the game, so Sam Kokenauer, a short bench, and has yet to be in a situation to sub. So his 5 starters out there battling, playing a very good basketball team here. And like I said before the game, his kids wanted to play and realizing, you know, an uphill climb here. Nice job there by Eves down low. So Eves getting his first start and gets the bucket there. Nice drive from the outside. Tilson's shot won't go. And Eves, again, this kid's 6'5". He's a sophomore. A lot of potential there with that size at that young of an age. And here's Sampson looking for that first bucket, and the three just wouldn't go. Ethan Payne skies up there to get it for the Dots. It will be Tilson giving way to McNeely, and here is Toney. His shot off the mark and touching the baseline out of bounds was Daniel Bryant. It's Bryson Sampson, Brandon Dotson, Daniel Bryant, Dylan May, and Braden Eves in the game. And nice move there by Ethan Payne getting it to go. Working around here. And the ball smacked away again by Ethan Payne down the floor, and it's Toney laying it in, and that will do it. A 46-6 count here at the break. Poca in control of this one in a Cardinal Conference showdown between the Dots and the Pioneers. We will return and talk about it in just a moment here on Video Productions.
Ask anyone addicted to opioids. It leads only to pain, sickness, and tragic loss.
The worst part of being an addict is being sick. You can't even explain it. That's how bad it is.
I OD'd 3 times while I was 15 years old. That third time, my heart stopped 3 different times.
They destroyed everything I had. It took everything I had and everything I had away.
I could not hold a job. I didn't have friends. You know, I lost everything and everyone I had.
If you're at that point, medication-assisted treatment and counseling from an accredited program like OVP Health can often help you find hope and to regain what was lost.
There's hope, yeah. Thank God. If it wasn't for programs like this, what would we do?
I don't know where I'd be. I probably wouldn't be sitting here. I don't know if I'd be alive.
My life is coming back, basically. My life is coming back, slowly but surely.
There is so much hope out there, and this place really can change somebody's life.
To find an OVP Health location near you, visit us at ovphealth.com.
Last year, impaired drivers were the cause of 32% of all fatal crashes in West Virginia. On average, there are 9,000 drivers arrested each year for driving under the influence of alcohol and other drugs. Law enforcement wants to ensure drivers are making the right decision before they get behind the wheel. So if you have a friend or loved one that is too impaired to drive, take their keys, call a cab, or find them a safe ride home. In West Virginia and surrounding states, officers want to remind you to drive sober or get pulled over.
Hey, how's it going?
It's war on the roads. Bumps, scrapes, and ouch, wrecks.
That's gotta hurt.
What about car insurance?
Lots of promises and very little payout.
The insurance company just wants to save money. You should get paid when you're injured.
Including your pain and suffering.
And we win for you, or you pay us nothing.
What do you think, gang? Yeah!
Call Farmer Klein and Campbell.
Because around here,
you matter.
Farmer Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
46-6 here at the break inside Gymnasium on the Allen Osborne court as the Dots entertain the Wayne Pioneers, and it is all Poca here in this first half of action. Dots with a 27-0 edge after the first quarter. Wayne just had trouble finding the bucket, and then they get the 6 points in the second quarter, got the first 2 buckets of the second, and right now it's a 46-6 count in favor of Poca. Poca coming in with a record of 5-1, and Wayne at 0-6, and just been some great performances here in this first half by the Dots. 6 different players have scored. UVA commit Isaac McNeely has 7. Jackson Toney leading the way with 12 points, and one of the buckets for McNeely was that slam dunk right there. Certainly brought the house down here. So Toney leads the way with 12. Ethan Payne has 10, 8 for Toby Payne. Isaac McNeely with 7, Gamble Meeks with 7, and Aiden Murphy with 2. Scorers for the Wayne Pioneers, Daniel Bryant with 2, Dylan May with 2, and Braden Eves with 2. NCAA tournament action yesterday, the Liberty Flames lost 69-60 to the Oklahoma State Cowboys, and in that game, former Polka Dot Elijah Cuffey had an outstanding game with 16 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists in 35 minutes of action. And of course, we talked about Isaac McNeely going to go to the University of Virginia. He's still just a junior, so there's still some time before he'll put on a Cavalier uniform. But the Cavaliers playing later this evening against the Ohio Bobcats in an opening round NCAA tournament game. It's been a great tournament thus far with some upsets, as you would expect, and just some great games right down to the wire. Poca High cheerleaders performing here at halftime. Dots have made their way out of the locker room as we get set for second half action here. We'll come back, talk more about this first half between Poca and Wayne. It's all Dots here at the break, 46-6. You're watching live streaming coverage of West Virginia High School boys basketball featuring the Polka Dots on Video Productions.
How's it going?
It's war on the roads. Bumps, scrapes, and ouch, wrecks.
That's gotta hurt.
What about car insurance?
Lots of promises and very little payout.
The insurance company just wants to save money. You should get paid when you're injured,
Including your pain and suffering.
and we win for you, or you pay us nothing.
What do you think, gang? Yeah!
Call Farmer Klein and Campbell.
Because around here,
You matter.
Farmer Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
Last year, impaired drivers were the cause of 32% of all fatal crashes in West Virginia. On average, there are 9,000 drivers arrested each year for driving under the influence of alcohol and other drugs. Law enforcement wants to ensure drivers are making the right decision before they get behind the wheel. So if you have a friend or loved one that is too impaired to drive, take their keys, call a cab, or find them a safe ride home. In West Virginia and surrounding states, officers want to remind you to drive sober or get pulled over.
Ask anyone addicted to opioids. It leads only to pain, sickness, and tragic loss.
The worst part of being an addict is being sick. You can't even explain it. That's how bad it is.
I OD'd 3 times while I was 15 years old. That third time, my heart stopped 3 different times.
It destroyed everything I had. It took everything I had and everything I had away.
I could not hold a job. I didn't have friends. I lost everything and everyone I had.
If you're at that point, medication-assisted treatment and counseling from an accredited program like OVP Health can often help you find hope and to regain what was lost.
There's hope, yeah. Thank God. If it wasn't for programs like this, what would we do?
I don't know where I'd be. I probably wouldn't be sitting here. I don't know if I'd be alive.
My life is coming back, basically. My life is coming back, slowly but surely.
There is so much hope out there, and this place really can change somebody's life.
To find an OVP Health location near you, visit us at ovphealth.com.
Poca leading it 46-6 here at the break between the Dots and the Wayne Pioneers. Poca coming in with a record of 5-1, Wayne at 0-6. Great to have you with us here on this Saturday evening for West Virginia boys high school basketball action featuring the Dots of Poca on video productions. Brian Shepard at the controls along with Will Whaley. One of the NCAA tournament games at the moment. Mississippi State 48 and St. Louis 47. Of course, the Mountaineers winning last night over Morehead State. Head coach Bob Huggins getting career win number 900. LSU winning today over St. Bonaventure. Florida State was a winner today. Kansas survived. Had a good game from Eastern Washington. Alabama downing Iona 68-55. And USC leads Drake 67-54. That game late in the second half. Poca came into this game number 2 in the latest Class AA rankings of West Virginia from the Associated Press. In 4 classes in West Virginia this season. Williamstown number 1 in AA. Poca number 2. Charleston Catholic 3. St. Mary's 4. Chapmanville 5. Magnolia 6. Wyoming East 7, Bluefield 8, Ravenswood 9, and Braxton 10. George Washington number 1 in 4A, Robert C. Byrd in AAA number 1, and Mann number 1 in Class Single A. So this week Poca has beaten the number 2 team of AAA, that being Shady Spring, and the number 8 team tied with Logan in AAA in Clarksburg, Notre Dame. All right, we start this third quarter of action. Poca with a 40-point edge over Wayne. Wayne has the basketball to start things out here in this second half of play. And Coach Sam Kokenauer going with the same 5 that went the entire distance there in that first half. Again, they are missing some players for various reasons. So they're here with 8 guys, and Poca just has a lot of weapons, including that guy right there, Isaac McNeely, who now has 9 in the game. And Poca leads it by a count of 48-6. The Dots had 3 3-pointers in that first half of action. McNeely goes up and gets the rebound, snags it. McNeely coming in, 4.2 rebounds a game, and the pass down low, knocked away. It will be Poca's basketball. So Poca beginning with Campbell Meeks, the starter, and he is the trigger, gets it out to McNeely. And they've also got Jordan Wolfe in there, Aiden Murphy, and Toby Payne. So not the starting 5 that they began the game with. So just McNeely, Meeks, and Toby Payne among the original starting 5 for Poca out there at the moment. McNeely to Meeks. Meeks back to McNeely. McNeely looks and gets it over to Murphy. Murphy, another left-hander. We got Tony and Murphy. A couple of good left-handers on the team. And Toby Payne, so strong and junior, 6'5", 215. He will be fouled, and that will take him to the free throw line. So just 3 free throws shot in that first half of action. They were all by Jackson Toney, and he was 3 for 3, but Toby Payne misses his first attempt of the game. And Toby Payne puts that one through. Toby Payne coming in 6 of 9 at the free throw line. So he gets his 7th free throw of the season. He has 9 points in the game. 49-6 is our score, and the shot by Sampson. He's been waiting for it. He had so many close calls there in that first half. leading scorer, 20 a game, and he delivers there for the Pioneers, their first 3 of the game. So 4 players have scored now for Wayne in this basketball game, and a turnover by the Dots. Poca will have it. So they go with Brian Sampson, Dylan May, who has the basketball, Daniel Bryant, Braden Eves, and Brandon Dotson. Dotson gets it to Eves. Again, Eves, big kid, just a sophomore, starting for the first time this season. And Wayne looking for its first win of the campaign. Bryant gives way to Brandon Dotson, and Dotson firing a pass down intended for May, and it's going to go off of May, and it will be Poca's basketball. So Ethan Payne up off the bench, and he will come in for Jordan Wolfe, and checking back in also for the Dots is Jackson Toney, number 23, and Campbell Meeks will go out. Isaac McNeely brings it across the timeline. Here's Murphy with it. Goes to Toney. Toney over to McNeely. McNeely feeling the 3. Rims out of there. Rebound by Toby Payne. Couldn't get it to go. Tries it again, and Payne puts it back up and in. Payne has 11 in the game, 51-9. Toby Payne has 11. His brother Ethan, a year older, has 10. So they have combined for 21 here in the game. Dotson giving way to Bryant. Bryant down on the baseline to May for Wayne. Wayne trying to get it back. It was May trying to get it back to Bryant. Taken away by the Dotson. Here's Ethan Payne. Will collect himself and just wait. Put it up easily. He has 12 in the game. And the Dot lead continues here. Another look there as Ethan Payne puts it off the glass and in. Wayne on the attack. It's May dumping it down to Bryant. Bryant up and in. So Bryant now with 4 in the game. He leads the scoring for the Wayne Pioneers. Murphy back to Toney. Toney guarded by May. Toney gets it over to Murphy, and Murphy will fire up the 3. Wouldn't go. Rebound corralled there by Daniel Bryant. Here comes May across the 10-second line for the Wayne Pioneers. Dribbling around and gets it into the hands of Sampson, who hit that 3 a moment ago. A deadly shooter for the Pioneers. Now Bryant from the wing. His shot wouldn't go. Running it now for Poca is Jackson Toney. Toney to Murphy. Murphy to McNeely, and McNeely guns it up. Wouldn't go. Boy, how about Payne? Just back up with it. Just couldn't get that one to drop. Bryant secures the missed shot for the Pioneers. In the black uniforms, Poca in the white. Poca just with a big first quarter, outscoring Wayne. Wayne unable to find a bucket there in that first quarter of play. And meanwhile, Poca was putting up 27, and so the foul is going to go on May. That's his first, and that's team foul number 1 here in the second half on Wayne. At the line is Toney, and Toney is a perfect 4 for 4 in the game. He's missed just 1 free throw this season. 54-11, so Wolfe is in, and Ethan Payne will check out. Also in is Tilson. The Tilson comes in for Murphy. So both of those free throws by Toney are good. He has 14 in the game. That makes it a 55-11 count. New player into the game for Wayne, number 3, Colton Mathis, first sub of the day for the Pioneers. Had to get May out there. Here's a steal by McNeely, and McNeely with his second slam dunk of the game. McNeely now with 11 in the contest, 57-11. Defense turning into offense. McNeely finishes it off as he soars and slams it through. Eves with it out front for the Pioneers. Dropping it back off to Eves. Nice little give and go there by Sampson and Eves. And Eves with 4 in the game. So Eves has 4, Bryant has 4, Sampson has the 3 for the Pioneers. Also a 2 for May. Shot up and good for Wolfe. Wolfe is the sophomore, 6'1", 165, strong physical kid, plays hard, good rebounder according to Alan Osborne. That's his 6th point of the season. 59-13. Poca in control here on the Alan Osborne court inside the Poca High Gymnasium, driving in. Good maneuvering there by Bryant, but just couldn't get it to go. McNeely with it, fires it out, and now here is Tony. Long range. Tony connects with his second 3 of the game. Tony now with 17 in the contest for Poca. The Dots have 4 threes in the game. Tony has 2 of them. Down on the baseline. This is Mathis with it. Mathis, just a freshman. Mathis puts up the shot, wouldn't go. Here comes McNeely. McNeely rifles it down to Payne. Payne sends it over to Tilson. Tilson's shot wouldn't go. Well, McNeely flying in there trying to put it back up and in, but Wayne will come away with it. We're under a minute to go here in this third quarter between Wayne and Poca in a Cardinal Conference showdown. Great to have you with us here on Video Productions. Mathis to Bryant. Bryant over to Sampson. Sampson looking for his second 3, and he's got it. Sampson with 2 threes here in the third quarter for the Wayne Pioneers. So a total of 6 threes in the game, 4 by Poca and 2 by Wayne. Wolfe bouncing it back out to Tilson. Poca looking for the last shot here. And a travel is going to be called on Jackson Tony. Got Brian Shepard here with me, who is an official when he's not helping run controls here with Video Productions, and he knew it. 62-16, so Eves comes out of the game, and heading in, Ethan Markham for the Pioneers. He's a sophomore. Coach Kokenauer getting a couple new players in. Long shot straight away, and nothing but net at the buzzer for May. Long range 3 by May to end the third, 60-19 as we head to the fourth quarter. Mayday here in Poca. Dots in control as we head to the fourth on Video Productions.
All that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
I'm Stuart Caldwell. For more than 40 years, I and my firm have vindicated the rights of individuals hurt by defective drugs, defective chemicals, and other products. Now I'm teaming with Booth to take on the big drug companies to vindicate the rights of children born with NAS. There are significant legal proceedings that could affect you and your child's legal rights.
If you're the parent or guardian of a child who you believe is born dependent on opioids, you need to act now.
We begin the fourth quarter here in Poca. The Dots leading at 62-19 against the Wayne Pioneers on Video Productions. Some new players here to start out this fourth quarter for the Dots. But first, it's May who hit the big 3 right there at the end of the third. We got the steal and just could not get the bucket to fall through. So the foul is on Colton Mathis, his first. Team foul number 3 on Wayne in this second half. And losing the handle there for Poca is Jordan Wolfe. So Jordan Wolfe, number 1, out there for Poca. Hunter Tony, who wears number 40. Ethan Maynard, number 42. Number 32, Aiden Cumpston, is out there as well. And Aiden Murphy and Sampson hits the three-pointer. So Sampson with 3 threes in the game to make it 62-22. Poca recovering, driving, nice dump down low, but unable to get a good handle on it there was Cumston, and here comes Wayne on the attack, and Mathis with a nice bouncer. Boy, but the shot would not go for Dotson. So back the other way come the Dots of Poca. They have led from the outset in this one. Ethan Maynor, they work it around, shot up and will be short there, but the stick back by Murphy. So Hunter Toney missed it, but Murphy is there for the stick back, and Murphy now with 4 in the game makes it a 64-22 Poca advantage. Mathis, foul line extended on the left-hand side. Again, our officials are Mark Akers, Tommy Riggin, and Kenny Sams. 3 of the best around and working this game on a Saturday evening. Sampson's shot would not go. Nice rebound there by Dotson. And now this time, Sampson just driving with it, and he has double figures with 11 to make it a 64-24 game here. Been a quick game inside the Poca High Gymnasium. They play on the Allen Osborne court. Court named in honor of the legendary Poca head coach. Closing in on 700 wins. Talked about Bob Huggins with 900. And tell you what, got some coaches here in the great state of West Virginia at the high school level. Dave Rogers over 700 there at Martinsburg. Ravenswood's Mick Price getting close to 700. All batted around, and, well, coming out there with it is Hunter Toney. So Toney keeps it alive for the Dots. And then Toney goes to Wolfe, back out to Toney. Now they work it around into the hands of Ethan Maynor. Here's Aiden Murphy with it now, and near still there by May. Murphy thought about the 3, and I'll tell you what, Wayne has scrapped from the very start of this game. Even though things did not go the way they wanted, they played hard. And kudos to this Pioneer team, but a bucket there and up and in. Another look at it here as we look down, and getting it to go through is Cumston, so he has his first bucket of the game. We got a full timeout. We'll break away here. It's Poca 66 and Wayne 24 on Video Productions. Back here inside the Allen Osborne court, Poca High School Gymnasium. 66-24 is our score. Long range again. Boy, Sampson talking with Sam Kokenauer, and he said this kid's a flat-out shooter, and showing it here in the second half. He has 3 threes, make that 4 threes now. Buries that one to make it 66-27 in favor of Poca. Cumston going up, and he'll be fouled. Another look at Sampson. Long range, so the foul was on May. That's his second, team foul number 4. And another left-hander here for Poca. Got some good left-hand players. Cumston, a junior. His grandfather, Jody Burgess, great coach at Cerrito Canova. Couldn't get those to drop. So the count remains 66-27. We go under 4 minutes to play here. Pass into Bryant. Bryant up with the shot, and that will be short. And coming out of there with it for Poca is Tilson. So it's Tilson into the contest along with Wolfe. Murphy, Tilson will let it fly and connect. Tilson with his first bucket of the game, 69-27. Second three of the second half. Sampson couldn't get one to go. 5 threes for the Dots. I was about to say, how about making it 6? Because Tilson had a great look there, but it wouldn't go through. Wayne back on the attack. And firing up the three for Wayne is Brandon Dotson, just off the mark. For Tilson, and now every time I try to tell you who's on the floor for Poca, they're firing up threes. And how about Maynor with a three-pointer? 72-27. All right, here you go now. You got Murphy out there. You got Maynor out there. You have Wolfe. You have Cumpston, and you have Tilson. That's the 5 on the floor for the Dots. And on the floor for the Pioneers, you have Sampson. You have Dotson. You have Bryant. You have Eves. And speaking of Bryant, he comes up with a steal. May is the other man on the floor for Wayne. And Bryant going to the hoop, and he's fouled. And I believe it's going to be on Tilson to make that 44, not 34. Well, they said it's on 44 on the scoreboard, but there is not a 44 in the game. So we're going to have to assume maybe it was on 42 or 34. I think at this stage of the game, it may not matter as Bryant hits both free throws. Bryant coming in averaging 5 a game. It's 72-29. Hunter Tony in the game here. Number 40. Hunter Tony looking, gets it back out to Tilson. Straight away three, buries it. Tilson shoots the ball really well, according to Alan Osborne in our scouting report, and showing why here in this fourth quarter with 2 threes. Long range for Sampson would not go. Sampson has played a good game, though, as they battled back here. Again, they did not score in the first quarter, that being Wayne, so they've had an uphill climb, but these kids, they wanted to play this game. They came in shorthanded, and they fought like crazy against a very talented Poca team. Dots come up empty. Here come the Pioneers, and putting it up, and it wouldn't go for Sampson, but ball goes out of bounds. And let's see, will Wayne keep it, or will it be Poca's ball? It is going to be Wayne's ball. So Garrett Hood is in the game for Wayne. He's a sophomore. He wears number 14. Shot from the outside, and knocking it down once again is Sampson. So Sampson has 5 threes now, 17 points. 75-32 is our score. And scraping and clawing is Sampson for the steal, and then a nice pass to Dotson, who will score. Dotson getting his first bucket of the game. Make it 75-34. We go under a minute to play here at the Poca High Gymnasium on the Alan Osborne court. Tilson again. He has felt it here in the fourth quarter. 3 3-pointers. 78-34. So Colton Mathis will come back in. He is a freshman. And also checking in for Wayne is Ethan Markham, the sophomore, number 4. So number 3 and number 4 have checked back in for Wayne. They played earlier in the game. 2 youngsters for the Wayne Pioneers. Aiden Murphy feeling a 3 from the corner. Wouldn't go. Ball tapped around, and the Dots come away with it. Now Wayne comes out of there with it. It's Markham with it. Ethan Markham brings it across the timeline. Let's go with a 3. Couldn't get it to drop. And the rebound by Hunter Tony. Clock winding down. And that should just about do it. And this game under an hour to complete. That will do it. 78-34. 55 minutes, and the Dots have win number 6 of the season. 6-1. Wayne will fall to 0-7 on the campaign. Poca defeating Wayne by a final of 78-34. And we will recap it for you in a moment. You're watching live streaming coverage of West Virginia Boys High School basketball featuring the Polka Dots here on Video Productions.
How's it going?
It's war on the roads. Bumps, scrapes, and ouch, wrecks.
That's gotta hurt.
What about car insurance?
Lots of promises and very little payout.
The insurance company just wants to save money. You should get paid when you're injured.
Including your pain and suffering.
And we win for you, or you pay us nothing.
What do you think, gang? Yeah!
Call Farmer Klein and Campbell.
Because around here,
you matter.
Farmer Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
Last year, impaired drivers were the cause of 32% of all fatal crashes in West Virginia. On average, there are 9,000 drivers arrested each year for driving under the influence of alcohol and other drugs. Law enforcement wants to ensure drivers are making the right decision before they get behind the wheel. So if you have a friend or loved one that is too impaired to drive, take their keys, call a cab, or find them a safe ride home. In West Virginia and surrounding states, officers want to remind you to drive sober or get pulled over.
Ask anyone addicted to opioids. It leads only to pain, sickness, and tragic loss.
The worst part of being an addict is being sick. You can't even explain it. That's how bad it is.
I OD'd 3 times while I was 15 years old. That third time, my heart stopped 3 different times.
It destroyed everything I had. It took everything I had and everything I had away.
I could not hold a job. I didn't have friends. I lost everything and everyone I had.
If you're at that point, medication-assisted treatment and counseling from an accredited program like OVP Health can often help you find hope and to regain what was lost.
There's hope, yeah. Thank God. If it wasn't for programs like this, what would we do?
I don't know where I'd be. I probably wouldn't be sitting here. I don't know if I'd be alive.
My life is coming back, basically. My life is coming back, slowly but surely.
There is so much hope out there, and this place really can change somebody's life.
To find an OVP Health location near you, visit us at ovphealth.com.
We welcome you back inside the Poca High School Gymnasium, the Allen Osborne Court, where the Dots of Poca have won this boys high school basketball game in convincing fashion by a final score of 78-34. Poca improves to 6-1 on the season. Wayne falls to 0-7. Poca will next go up against the Huskies of Herbert Hoover on Tuesday. And Wayne still in search of that first win of the season. Now, they were scheduled to play Sissonville this week, but according to Coach Sam Kokenauer, that game has been postponed. So in all likelihood, the next game for Wayne will be March 25th at home against Huntington St. Joe. Well, it was a game in which Wayne came in with only 8 players, several players missing for various reasons, and it would be an uphill climb, and it doesn't help when you just can't find the bucket. And in that first quarter, Wayne unable to score, Poca putting in 27, so they lead at 27-0 at the end of the first quarter, 46-6 at the end of the second. It was 60-19 at the end of the third, and our final 78-34. Leading the way for the Dots was Jackson Toney with 17. Toby Payne and Isaac McNeely each had 11 in the contest. 9 points in the game for Joey Tilson, all those coming in the fourth quarter, all 3-pointers. 7 points for Campbell Meeks in the game, 12 points for Ethan Payne, and also scoring in the game, Jordan Wolfe had 2. Ethan Maynor had 3, and Aiden Cumpston had 2. So 10 different players scored for the Polka Dots. Poca had 4 3-pointers in that fourth quarter, and they had 8 for the game. leading the way for Wayne. 17 for Brian Sampson. Came in averaging 20 a game. Finishes with 17. He had 5 threes in the game. Wayne had 6 overall. So Poca, a good team coming off big wins this week over Shady Spring and Charleston, and over Shady Spring and Clarksburg Notre Dame, and Notre Dame had lost to Charleston Catholic just the night before, so 2 tough losses in a row for Clarksburg Notre Dame. So a good week of basketball for Alan Osborne and his Polka Dots. Many thanks to our great crew, Brian Shepard and Will Whaley, and the executive producer of Video Production Sports is Butch Mount. Special thanks to both head coaches, Sam Kokenauer of Wayne, Alan Osborne of Poca, for their assistance in our preparation for today's live streaming telecast. So for our entire crew, I'm Mark Martin saying so long for the Poca High Gymnasium, the Alan Osborne Court here in Poca, where the final score is the Polka Dots 78, the Wayne Pioneers 34. All games airing on Video Productions and streaming live and archived on the Video Productions website and on Facebook. This evening's game has been a presentation of Video Production Sports.